Zac Goldsmith, today grammar schools are in the news. Can I get your thoughts on grammar schools?
Look, there's no doubt that grammar schools, for those people who have access to them, are a great thing. We have grammar schools here in Kingston, Tiffin boys, Tiffin girls. We are, and I never cease to be amazed by the quality of the output of those schools. So there is no doubt that they work. The question is always who has access to them, and the concerns that people have who object to these proposals is that the people who are most disadvantaged in society won't end up benefiting from this change. So the government needs to find a way not just of jumping backwards to where we were when we saw a radical change of policy away from grammar schools. It's about bringing the best of what we had in a way that is genuinely inclusive, which genuinely provides the opportunities that people who otherwise would not have those opportunities to be able to experience them. And if we can find that formula, I'm not sure what that formula is. There are plenty of proposals out there. Toby Young in The Spectator has come up with one option, which I think makes a lot of sense, but others have too. What I'm clear is that we can't go back to how things were. We need to find a way of tailoring it so that they genuinely provide the social mobility that they're supposed to provide.
I'm going to bring up those two words again now, Heathrow Expansion. Can you give sort of Kingston residents an update on that?
Yeah, we are getting very close now to decision time. We think dates haven't been announced, but my view is that it'll happen a week or two after the conference recess is over, so sometime early to mid-October. I think we have in Theresa May and Philip Hammond, a Prime Minister and a Chancellor who are evidence-based, which is a very good thing. It sounds obvious, but not all Prime Ministers and Chancellors are. So I think they will genuinely look through the arguments and they will take a view based on the evidence that's presented to them. They won't just do what they're told by the Department for Transport, which I believe has always been institutionally biased, not least because the revolving door between that department and Heathrow has been swivelling off its hinges for a very long period of time. So I feel confident, and my job is to make sure they hear the arguments, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what my colleagues are doing.
You mentioned Theresa May there. I know you've been on recess now, but how do you think she's done so far, and can she deliver on Brexit?
It is early days. She's only, we've had most of the time that she's been Prime Minister, we have been in recess. So she's only done 2 PMQs, for example. But I have confidence in her. What I like about her is that she isn't a politician who is easy to impress. So she's not impressed or dazzled by celebrity. She's not impressed by power and money. I think she's someone who will just do what she thinks is right. And that is a very good thing in a Prime Minister. And I think that having appointed a Chancellor who doesn't want to be Prime Minister, which is also a rare thing in modern politics, that's also a good thing. We have a Chancellor who will put the national interest first, who won't play games, won't tinker for political advantage, and will, I think, be a very safe pair of hands. But it's very early days. I'm enthused. I'm confident. But like all chancellors and prime ministers, they need to be held to account, and that's what I do as a backbench MP.
And just final thing, so people can get to know you. What would you say to your proudest moment in politics, and who's your political idol?
On the last part, I could give you a different answer depending on the mood and the day. There are lots of very good people. Some of the people I admire most in politics today don't belong to my party. I think Frank Field is a great figure. I think Kate Hoey is a great figure. Both of those people are Labour. On a different day, I give you a different answer. There are so many good people, so much talent in British politics. In terms of my proudest moment, look, I'm a campaigner, so and plenty of the campaigns that I fought, I have not won. I did not succeed in delivering a genuine recall system where people could hold MPs to account and boot them out if they lose confidence in them. I tried very hard. I worked harder on that than almost anything else, but I could not get a majority in Parliament. Nearly, but not enough. So I'm proud of the effort I put into it. I'm not proud of the outcome. But there are other big issues. We had in our last manifesto a promise to turn all of Britain's overseas territories, marine territories, into reserves, nature reserves, any one of which would be the biggest in the world. We got that pledge. That was very much my campaign. I'm thrilled that David Cameron made that pledge. The job of this Parliament, this government, is to deliver on it, but I have every confidence that we will, and that, if we do, would amount to the biggest single conservation measure by any government anywhere in the world ever, and that's something which I am really proud of.
Thank you.